Hi guys, how's it going? Matt the Tomato right here. Hope you're all well. Thank you for tuning in, and welcome back to our playthrough here as Wales in Europa Universalis 4 with patch 1.25, which made some fantastic changes to the British Isles. I have to admit, very, very good changes. I'm liking them so far. Changed the missions setup as well, which was quite interesting. So, right, this area is nearly caught. There's no unrest here, so that's good. Spiritism. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So there shouldn't be any rebels over there. We've got some good papal influence here, though. Just wondering whether maybe we might want to improve some relations with the Pope and try and pick up the tax modifier, the papal sanction. Might want to try and pick that up. What does the Pope currently think of us? Oh, not too bad. Bit of aggressive expansion, but nothing great. What? I think the Pope had a few pints down at one of the local pubs in the Vatican before taking office. What? Allied with Ottomans. Ridiculous. I think we need 45, don't we, to fabricate our last claim in England. And we can bring him home. Monies, 108, looking good. Any missions that we're close to completing at all? Not particularly. Grown by 5 states, yeah, so we'll have to set up the state system and stuff like that, so that's important. France has finally announced Burgundy as a rival. It doesn't consider Denmark a rival anymore, so we don't have the allied to rival modifier. Ooh. Okay, we caught that, so that means I can start this one. So I can fabricate our final claim over here on England. Bring him home, there's no point in keeping him there anymore. And I think we should improve some relations in France, because I'm looking at this, and indeed, we may be able to get a royal marriage and alliance with the French. And if we do at that point... Oh my god, you have the same dynasty as Scotland! Christ! Because if we could get that alliance there with the French, that'd be great. You have the same dynasty. It's insane. Yeah, that'd be worth a Diplo point as well. Yeah, we'll take the prestige. That'll be good. England fabricating claims. Oh. You mean England with no stability and no prestige at all? Okay. Any interesting disputed successions of note? Denmark. Hello? No! Don't think we're going to get that. It's 65. Union over Denmark. Imagine that. We'd be in so much trouble if we did, but England embraced the Renaissance. Okay. So we just need to wait for some of this autonomy to drop a little bit more before we can get the manpower and stuff. So it will help. Yeah, we can pick up that. Reckon we can pick that up. That'd be great. Desmond, fabricate claim. There we go. Yeah, fabricate for the right one. That's good. Ulster will no doubt go in before us. So maybe temporarily, because we kind of want Ulster as a friend for a while here, and then obviously, eventually, we're going to want to turn our back on Scotland here. This is slowly dying. Still have the royal ties, but they might eventually decide to rival us or become hostile. David Essex has arrived. Dun dun dun! We're improving relations from Desmond and Brittany. Okay. Oh, I think Burgundy got its Union junior partners there to embargo the French. See, honestly, I think it's worth spending a Diplo point to have the French on side, especially if Scotland decides to turn around against us. And obviously, there'll be the defensive, offensive sort of thing here. So we've lost all our claims against Scotland. Which actually makes them a bit happier, I suppose. So we could form a coalition, but... form a coalition against... Did we do it? Yeah, we could form a coalition against Scotland, but then there'd be a few nations involved, so probably not worth it. What we kind of need is France to get involved in a brutal last war, maybe with the HRE, or even with Castile down this way. That would be quite good, because Aragon's in the Union. I reckon that'd be quite good. But we can get this royal marriage now. So I'm going to bring home the guy from Desmond. Worship of the Virgin Mary. We'll gain the papal influence, I think. Royal marriage. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right. See, if that monarch were to die, then the noble would change there as well, which would be quite interesting. Yeah, we can get this alliance with the French now. And that's very likely to make us rather good. There we go. Lovely. Hello, France. How's it going? So at this point, build a spy network in Scotland. If the Royal Marriage of Scotland breaks, that's it. I'm going to forget about it. That's going to be the end. But obviously Scotland is still ahead of us, so difficult to judge a point. Yeah, so actually, no, we need at least one claim. We need a reason to go to war no matter what. So I think one claim is going to be important. We can tech up, but again, it's very expensive. So what's present here? Okay, so it's close here. Putting some points into Oxford. 1492. It's another 10 years to wait. Oxford's quite a good province as well. Dump some points into it. At the very least, just increase the rate at which it develops. So no, we won't take the Diplo tech just yet. So this is where I wish we had the ideas here. Because then we could sink points into an idea group. England was building a spy network. Okay. So what we could do, I doubt there are any, but no. I can say we could culture convert some places as well. Imagine culture converting London to Welsh. That'd be funny. We're starting war here. Oh, what the hell? You're taking attrition. Why are you taking attrition? Are there too many ships here or something? No, don't remove. Actually, let's protect trade in the North Sea instead. Confused. Our boats are being attritioned, and obviously without the trade protection, you see the amount of money that we lose. Crazy. Right, you're all nearly fixed. That's okay. The amount of money that we lose from... Right, that's better. So in actual fact, it's probably better to break that fleet up then. Or military. Again, we need to stay ahead on military. So as expensive as that is, I think we are going to take it. Which is prompting a military idea, to be quite honest. It's prompting me to go with a military idea. I would love to spend on some more troops, but firstly we don't have force limits, and second we don't... we need to pile up this money here. Yeah, it's annoying as well, isn't it? And keep that trade efficiency, because he pays for himself. What I wouldn't mind is a national tax modifier guy. I'm just debating whether maybe we want to switch our national focus to admin at this point. Might be good. And I think half the reason people have taken economic ideas as well is at the end, economic ideas gives you a development reduction cost, which is really nice. Let's sink some points into Oxford there. It's a good province. Expiring Casus Belli, diplomatic insult against Ulster. Well, we don't exactly need to attack them. But let's just get ourselves a claim, even if it's just one province. The point being, it gives us an excuse to go in against Scotland at any time. So we need to come back over here to Desmond and try and get the other claim over there. Pomerania's broken. Sucks to be them. Oh, our general is dead. Okay. Yeah, most of our income is trade. Which obviously is a problem, because if we go to war, then we lose that income. And say any good culture conversion, because if we could do some culture conversions, that could be great. This province still has separatism then. This is the oldest province, so nearly there actually. And I'm thinking about, because of this obvious problem with our Diplo here, I'm thinking about just going around doing a bit of culture conversion around here. Influential diplomats expired. Okay. Right, but certainly having the French on board here, and they're friendly as well, which is so good. So having the French on board is good. Obviously, they do have the same dynasty as the Scots, which is quite annoying. But there's not much we can do about that. Mauritanian coast spread to us. Okay, again we're being attritioned up there. Our ships are being attritioned. I don't get why. It's because of our Diplotech, maybe. Our Diplotech is so bad that our ships get attritioned in waters like this. I think that's probably why. I think there's a repair threshold. Yeah. So at a certain point they get damaged, and then yeah. So there's no point in switching those up. It's to do with our Diplotech. It's behind, so we can't quite fix that yet. Okay, Kildare was called. Excellent. So we're now not overextended. And we've been called into a war! Lose 15 prestige. What's this war? Oh, Scotland's attacking Ulster. France is involved. I don't want to go to war with France. Sorry. And we'll take the diplomatic insult as well. So, no, I'm not going to help you here. Because obviously the French have come in. And their navy is going to be sufficient to... So we should get some modifiers here. Refuse to join the war against us, yeah. But Scotland will inevitably switch to rival mode pretty soon. But I did not want to go to war with the French. Not with our navy, it's such a bad state at the moment. Although I'm not sure whether France will drop troops or not. But yeah, here you go, here comes the transports. So, yeah. No. And that's the advantage that we have about being allied with the French, is obviously if Scotland were to declare war on us, then France would side with us due to the defensive war. So the question would be at that point, would they be able to bring people over? The advantage to that, though, is that obviously Ulster will not be declaring war against Desmond anytime soon. So obviously we still have the royal marriage with Ulster, but we need to get rid of that. It's interesting that yeah, because Denmark is the only reason why. No, I don't want to ally with Scotland here. Yeah, France is dropping troops. There we go. So good job we didn't join that. 074, excellent. Yeah, so we can't move the capital there because it needs to be inside a state. So as soon as our truce is up here with Desmond... Oh, you're allied with Brittany. That's kind of annoying. What about this nation here, Munster? You're allied with Denmark. Oh, okay. Wow. Burgundy and the Papal State are friends. Oh, no, that's bad. We need to get that back. Okay, so I will wait for the claim to come in on Desmond, and then we'll fabricate that claim there in England, who still has quite a bit of trouble. Need to increase our force limit here. This is a problem, to say the very least. So Ulster's going to be smashed here. Likely going to take a lot of land here. Desmond could declare war on them and try and reclaim some stuff here. We could do that. Possibly an imperial reform coming in here pretty soon as well. 40 imperial authority currently kicking around there in the HRE. Yeah, if I could grab that papal sanction for increased taxes, that'd be nice. Unless there's anything else that could be relatively useful. Diplo-rep could be nice. The mercantilism. Yeah, okay. Truce with Desmond has ended. So at this point, bring him home. Could we declare war here? Brittany would join the defensive side, so yeah, probably not. So let's go ahead and rebuild the spy network in England then, and get that claim back on Cornwall. I like the fact that the culture in Cornwall is actually Welsh to start with, which is really, really good. So if we take that, then that's going to increase, obviously, the amount of Welsh kicking around. So can I culture convert here? No, still a little bit more separatism to get rid of. Because that's obviously the oldest province that we took from England. Again, I'm guessing that Scotland's going to be exceptionally aggressive here. Theoretically, Scotland is stronger than us at the moment, but this is where having London and things like that is really helpful. So Scotland has about 18,000 troops here. Yeah, 18,000. They didn't take a lot there, actually. I'm quite surprised by that. Technology. Again, Diplo. Desmond's building a spy network. Drop one of each into Oxford, and in fact, no, we'll drop another one there. So plus 105 per month should be good. So in 3 years' time, that will come about. We are ahead on military, though, aren't we? We're a long way ahead on military. So in actual fact, we could sink probably quite a few military points into this. We'll sink a few extra because we're ahead of time on military. So that'll be quite good. Get it in 1487. And that should be enough, I think, to have the requirement in development. Oh, actually, hang on. You're at 19 development. So I'll hit another one there to send it to 20 development, which gives us the extra modifier, which will be useful later on as well for other institutions, because being at 20 development is really, really important. So Oxford's a good province. It's also farmland and stuff, so it's grassland, sorry. So chuck some stuff in there, and obviously if we continue to develop it up, then in fact we can invest in another unit here, which is nice. May have wanted to invest in some cavalry, but not at the moment. I want to go up to our force limit, and eventually we'll start moving up. Let's put the king in charge here, because our dude is nearly of age now, and if we can get him to rise quite early, that'd be really good. That being said, we will get a pretender rises, and we will suffer from some noble rebels, which could be a problem, because we don't have a lot of troops at the moment. Right, so maintain the diplomat in France. A little bit of aggressive expansion is the only reason why we're not at maximum relations with the French here. Obviously our ships are getting damaged and are suffering attrition because of the tech problem that we have here. Yeah, that'll be present in just a year's time, so that's okay. So we'll save a little bit of cash, and then we'll look to embrace the Renaissance. This guy's nearly done as well. 4093, no, it's quite a way away. But 157 to develop that. Christ. What's the idea that gives you the culture conversion cost? Is it religious? Yeah. Because we could just go around and try and convert all this to Welsh. Because we have to decide whether we want to form the British nation at all. Spare no expenses. We have to decide whether we want to do that. London automatically becomes the capital when you do it. Yeah, see, I don't know. I like the idea of just having, like, Wales. You know, I just like that idea as opposed to Great Britain. Because Great Britain's a normal thing that you would do if you're playing as England, but we're playing as Wales here, and it's different. I just like the idea, the possibility of reading Wales all across here. I mean, having Scotland that big is already quite scary, so... and the aggressive expansion is real, and they can do it because not many nations are going to join a coalition here against them. So they are twice as strong as us in military. And they are, in fact, ahead of us. Oh no, we have the same military tech, so that's fine. We probably have a bit of corruption here. Yeah, unbalanced research. So, are we spending money to root it out, or no, we're not? But that's okay. Yeah, so we'll get it here. 1487. That's good. And obviously, we'll have embraced it before Scotland. Although Scotland has spent the points on the tech, whereas we haven't, so maybe the 36% will disappear, and maybe we can pick all of these. And at that point, we'll have to decide what national idea we want. Because trade is powerful. Trade is very, very powerful. But in this situation, I'm thinking about military. We already have an advantage in terms of traditions, with the morale of armies boost. We don't have the numbers of troops here at the moment, that's the problem. And if we had the troops and everything, but we need to state this area up in order to do that. So I think maybe one more war against England, and we will be able to do that. Where we can fully annex this area, we can state up that area there. We can make London the capital, but then we'll still keep to Wales. Yeah, we'll just make London the capital. At that point, it will probably give us the opportunity to form England, but that's just such heresy. You know. Right, there we go. So, institution, 82 ducats. Yep, we're going to hit the embrace here. There we go. So, obviously, tech-wise, then, we can pick up cheap technologies. And I'll pick up that one as well. So, looking at this, then, the obvious choice, because we need to catch up on our admin, we need to catch up on our diplo, so the obvious choice is military. So at this point then, we need to pick a military one. So what are we going to go for? I like the idea of quality. I really, really do. Especially with the discipline at the end. But the defensive just gives you huge morale boosts. But then offensive gives you the discipline as well. Aristocratic gives you a good tech difference. So either way, we're going to benefit quite highly. These navy ones aren't so useful at the moment, though. Not at the moment, anyway. Quality is really good. But obviously, with quantity, you get the huge land force limit modifier and stuff, which is quite good. But you have to work all the way through it to get to that. So, the land leader shock is quite good. I kind of like the idea of offensive, to be honest. There's a land force limit modifier in there as well anyway. It's discipline, fire, the prestige, the siege ability is quite good. It's the struggle, isn't it? Try and pick the right one. They're all good. the initial starting morale we've already got an advantage of. But also I like the infantry combat ability of quality. Then you pick up the discipline at the end. Sod it. Let's go quality. It's one I don't usually go for. Pick up quality then. Because that combat ability is really nice. I do like that. Let's go Cornwall here. So quality in conjunction with the morale of armies as well. And obviously we could pick up, if we get the advisors, we can pick up morale of armies and discipline, stuff like that. So combined with that sort of thing, that can make our infantry very powerful. And I like that idea. The natural scientist is dead. Okay. Do we want to... I'm not entirely sure that hiring another one. Obviously we do need to catch up on the tech, but I don't think we realistically need to hire another one here. So we could probably just keep ourselves up with the monies then. Save up some monies. Or we could just go and hire a military one. Go pick up the morale of armies guy, or something like that. Hire the military guy. So that's quite possible as well. Just so we can sink a whole load of military points into our ideas and our tech. Depends what Scotland goes for the next idea group, though. English separatists there. That's the second time they've risen up there. They have stated the area up, but that's the second time that they fired. Not many of them though, so it's not going to be great. But so Brittany, yeah. Oh, our truce with England is coming up here. December of this year, fantastic. So we have 3 times the number of troops here. So yeah, should be good. So yeah, I'm gonna pick up the morale dude here, because that just gives us even more boost. But then we're going to continue to national focus military. Just try and sink some points into that military idea group. I think it's going to be good. Now we're still completely outranked in terms of navy here by England. But we don't really have that problem no more. Obviously we'll have to bring our ships home for the war, but just one of the other problems, however, though, is that we're going to bring our forts up and everything, and we're not going to be able to afford a lot here, so we may end up taking out a loan. And our ships will go home, so we'll lose quite a lot of trade power. So yeah, it'd be quite difficult, I imagine. They still have that proper bankruptcy problem there, so we should be good there. Obviously, the morale of armies is badly impacted by the prestige, so we should be able to probably fully annex England. At the very least, probably maybe just leave Cornwall, because no one can realistically attack that apart from Brittany. We have the same colour as Brittany, though, which is what really, to be honest, a little bit annoying, because it's like, well, oh yeah, we have all this land over, no, we don't. So, also we're going to hope that our ruler dies here, because I want to get this dude here, 643. Truce with England has ended. Right. So, let's dock up the lights. Actually, dock up somewhere a little bit more frustrating than that, over here. There we go, accumulate rival. And obviously we're going to get some good power projection from declaring this war. I'm just going to wait for the diplomat to finish getting to 20 in Ulster, because that means I can fabricate that claim, so we're being really efficient with our diplomats. Stop building spy network. There we go. So I'm going to prioritise the... see, Hamburg will join, but Brittany would also join as well, but I don't think we're going to need them. So I'm going to prioritise the provinces that we need for this state over here. Play war. So yeah, obviously I'm going to attack that because they have no morale at all here. Even with the good leader, they have nothing. So at this point, then we need to detach siege just about as many times as we possibly can. Move another unit in there. You go there. You go there. You go there. You go there. Take that down. So hopefully they don't build up anything. There we go. They might actually. When is this due to be finished? 1st of March. Oh yeah. Excellent. Right. So what we need to keep an eye out for here is Hamburg dropping troops. That's what we need to keep an eye out for. So let's... I don't want to devastate this land, that's the problem. But let's go ahead and... Whoa, what? Are you kidding me? I literally... Oh. That is annoying. That's really annoying that we've just allowed that to happen. Right. Just stack wipe it. There we go. Right, because I don't want to loot this land. I want to... Right, we don't even need this fort up, to be quite honest. I don't want to loot this land, because obviously if we increase the devastation, then that makes that annoying for when we take it. Poor government policies. Alright, we'll take out a loan. Might be just easier to take out a loan at this point. It's frustrating. There we go, 60. Oh well. A very, very annoying loan to take, but not much we can do about that. Again, we don't want to be looting that. Because we don't want to increase the devastation too heavily. Well, we don't want to loot it, that's the thing. The devastation goes up, but we don't want to loot it because we want the provinces to continue to have value. So... Wait. No, you are still in the Union, I was going to say. No, I don't want to, I don't want Denmark to lose its Union partners here. It's one of the few times where I don't mind Denmark keeping its Union partners and being strong. So... Because we could sort of say, well, if we're going to be friends with Denmark for the whole game, then we could sort of say, well, let's try and control the British Isles. And at that point, once we've got that control, we can start going on the colonial route and trying to take on the powers down here for colonising. So France took offensive ideas as its second idea group. No doubt Castile and Portugal will probably take expansion. So... But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been myself, Matt the Tomato. Be sure to subscribe to follow the series, and join me next time for more EU4 and our playthrough here as Wales. See you later, guys.